Mr. Eric Kwesi Yawson, born at Winneba on September 27, 1963, to the late Albert Kwekuninsen Yawson, a carpenter, and Madam Abba Ata Amu, a fishmonger. His grandmother, the late Madam Rose Awo Atremagani, a fishmonger, cared for him and sent him to school at the age of 5 at the Winneba Methodist Primary in September 1968.
Yeah, it was my grandma. May her soul rest in peace. Who take up of me, who sent me to school. Why? The reason is that my mom and my dad are divorced. At the age of 3 years, my grandma take care of me. And unfortunately, my grandma passed away, so my mom has to marry a fisherman who later take care of me, but then financially it was difficult. So I have to go for crabs and catch them and sell, and used to even help the family and some to take care of myself. That is when I was in middle school. Because I was good, some of my teachers advised my mother that the way I'm very good in class, I think it's good that they helped me to go to further up my education to secondary school. And I think my mother helped, and so I pursued further. I did start common entrance and went to Takwadi Secondary School.
In May 1980, he wrote the General Certificate Examination Ordinary Level and subsequently entered the Koforidua Secondary Technical School for his 6th form course. There, he studied physics, chemistry, mathematics, and general paper.
Right from the school days, I noticed that Eric had a passion for teaching. On most occasions, he offered to lead our group discussions to make sure that he had indeed mastered the topic and was ready and able to deliver to others. During school vacations, he joined other teachers in his community in Winneba, where he spent most of his time and taught other students, though he was not a teacher himself by then. We developed a very strong friendship beyond academics to the family level, to the extent that we visited each other, knew our parents, shared ideas, and this all enabled both of us to excel and move higher to the same university in Kumasi. Eric loved teaching, and therefore it was not surprising to me that after we both graduated from the university as engineers, he offered to go to the classroom to teach and never made any attempt to move into industry as most of us, his mates, did.
In February 1991, he was employed by the Ghana Education Service as a superintendent to teach physics at the Winneba Secondary School.
Are you okay with it? Let me check.
He was subsequently promoted to the senior superintendent rank in September 1992. In 1993, he was appointed housemaster. His love and passion for teaching, especially teaching of physics, was kindled by his advanced level physics teacher in his secondary school days.
It was while I was at Winneba Senior High School that he joined the staff as a physics teacher. It was at the time that we were running the O-level and advanced level courses. And the physics teacher then at the A-level had left to join the University of Education, Winneba. So we needed an experienced teacher, and we needed one immediately. Then he came in, and as a matter of fact, he was, after a few times, I saw that he was more than equal to the task. I was then the head of science department, and one of the strong points that he has is his open-mindedness and he's a team player also. And he also was very interested in practical work, which was one of the things that the students required at that time. They needed somebody who could lead them in practical work.
Mr. Eric Yawson, our physics teacher and head of department of Winneba Secondary School. He is really fun to interact with, in the classroom business. When we are in the classroom and he's teaching us the physics, elective physics, he really takes his time in teaching us. Though others may assume that the physics subject is very difficult, he takes it with ease and he makes sure we understand it very much. When I came to this school, my idea of physics was, it's so difficult, but he made me understand that it's very easy through practical sessions, through theory, and he has a one-on-one encounter with students that makes him so easy to understand. Sometimes when I'm facing a difficulty or when any of my peers are facing difficulties, he makes sure he calls us separately and he will ask us, oh, is this the matter? Oh, is this wrong? And he will educate us more on it. He told us some life experiences of his, like when he was in secondary school like us, he also faced difficulties. Mr. Eric Yawson is one of a kind. He's a really nice teacher, really handsome, really funny, and he's really, really generous. When I came to Winneba Secondary School, I wanted to offer biomedical sciences when I go to the university. But because of him, I want to go into the health aspect of physics or even pursue physics as a course in the university.
When I came to Form 1, I was hearing the seniors talking about physics is difficult, you can't do physics and things. So as he began to teach me, I realized that the subject is very easy. So it has made me gain great motivation in the field. So I'm even thinking of offering a course in which physics is related, like aerospace engineering. So he has really motivated me, yes, because before I entered into Form 3 or before he started teaching me, I was afraid, so I was trying to think of a less involving course at the university. But from the way he teaches, I really understood it, and I've known that when you understand the principles, you'll be able to do it.
Mr. Eric Kwesi Yawson is a staff member. Has been working under me as a head of department as well as a house master. As head of department, I find him as very hardworking, very reliable. He's been able to manage the department up till now, and despite the challenges that we face in the department. I must say he is very reliable and resourceful, and for that matter I can depend on him for decisions taken at the department and for his relationship with the masters as well as students.
He identifies the vulnerable ones, those coming from poor homes, those that need assistance, and make sure that they get such support. Of course, we hear that a teacher's reward is in heaven. But to me, if there is any opportunity for this great man who imparts knowledge to be honored, the time is now. Through him, many people have heard about Winneba Secondary School, the premier secondary school we have in Winneba. It's people like him who have helped to sell the good name of this school, because obviously he's been preparing them for quizzes, preparing students for extracurricular activities, and I'm sure that has also marketed the school. When I instituted Best Teacher Award, all the stakeholders who were put together to help identify a deserving teacher had no difficulty at all, no hesitation in eventually nominating him and coming up with his name to be honored as the best teacher for 2018 in Efutu. So, you see, it is not a matter of anybody competing. He is the primus of his enterprise.
Mr. Yawson has been known to me for more than 25 years. He's a hard-working person, someone who loves his community and selflessly works to support anything that is being done in the community. He was the past treasurer of the Efutu Youth and Development Association, an association that was set up purposefully to bring the youth together for development. They did a lot of things for Winneba and continue to do so, like ensuring that the community is clean, ensuring that anything that requires voluntary service is honored. Mr. Yawson has proven to be a worthy member of our community, and we stand by him in all his endeavors to achieve honors. That will not go for him alone, but for our community as well. We support him in all his endeavors.
Did a lot of sacrifice, particularly forfeiting his weekends to teach us when we were preparing for A-levels. He also came in during evenings just to prepare us for the lab sessions, and he did marvelously well. It is out of this same passion that made me develop a lot of love for the subject physics.
Oh yeah, Odu kwesida ye fi chapel ba. Instead oba rest no rest no wa fu buku okwa class oka chirazi. Even ye cousin bi wa Britain o inviting holidays for 2 weeks. Oka che no amba because of no students in it. Won be exams final year. Nso okwa mo form no exams ye baya basabasa. Wanko Obu fui makan wo so onko. Usho bi nezi ya na wo so wodi yi. Makanya wanko. So tun no hwe mo form no woka che won exams. No cho no. Strike, work or strike, teachers work or strike na. Wo gugu fin. Ono strike no onko bi. Holiday ba. Onyim holiday. No buku. Okwa class and up to sure no okwa.
Because the growing population of science through my own effort in the school is increasing, and looking at our 70-year-old laboratory with all its problems, when I place in this award and I'm giving, I think the first thing that I will use some of the funds to build a complete lab, well finished and stocked with modern equipment, because all our equipment that we are using to train the students are all obsolete. Most of them are obsolete. Now there are modern ones there, and we can get a space, wider space for them for training. That is one. And also, the brilliant and needy students will be seeking assistance from we have a University of Education, and some of the experienced lecturers to come and help them. I will use some of the funds to train them so that they will do well in science education, especially in my area. Oh, no,